Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have Kinda Sleep with 228 rating versus Reagan with 377 rating. So this is going to be a DB match. This is new format. High rated won't be coming for a few days. And with that being said, let's just hop right in. So we are going to go ahead and we are going to see a few ties, and then Reagan will win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot and decide to go first. 50 versus 40, opening hands. We have Lily, Talons, Crossout, Desires, and Gamma. So they're playing live twins. The deck doesn't actually have the Link 4 out yet, so the deck is like extremely weak right now. I think even when the Link 4 comes out, the deck isn't like super crazy. But without the Link 4, it's definitely not nearly as good. And then they have Shade, Stained, Twin, Jackalope, and Snake. So we see the main deck in Twin. It's definitely an interesting choice. I have seen a lot of back row decks on DB rated in the early days, so maybe this is just because of like all the back row. But they're gonna go ahead and activate the Jackalope effect, hit Twin, summon and draw on the Ragged Gloves, and then normal summon out the Ragged Gloves, turn those into Cherubini, and then Cherubini effect, dump Graph, and then Graph effect will go ahead and summon out Seer from the deck. And then they're going to get rid of those, go for Rusty, Seer, and Stained, go ahead and summon itself out, and then bring out the Cherubini from the graveyard. Rusty effect, and I was about to say, there's no way you're letting this go through. Like, if they set up like a Fog Blade, it's like really, really, really bad for you. I mean, they can still set up a Fog Blade pretty easily. But I don't know, this card is definitely like a card to stop. Lets you set something and send something from the deck. And then you can go ahead and like do like the break sword technique and like use Rusty to pop it. So they're gonna go ahead and Ragged Gloves, and then that's gonna dump Ancient Cloak, and then Ancient Cloak effect, go grab Boots. And then special summon out Boots, overlay those for break sword effect, pop Gamma, and then break sword effect to summon out from the graveyard. It's gonna go ahead and summon those out. And then set Shade, activate it, and go ahead and turn those into a Redoer, and then turn those into Anaconda. You know, they are playing 50 cards, so playing Dragoon isn't like too crazy. We've seen a lot of lists switch over to playing like 40 and not playing Dragoon, but this is still going to be like really good here. They're going to go ahead and Boots, grab Fogblade, Redoer to put Driver to the top of the deck. Yeah, making it that way. They're just now drawing a good card there. And then pass, draw Driver. And then standby phase, Redoer effect, and this is going to attach a monster. And then activate Desires, banish 10, and they're going to Dragoon negate this. Okay. Looking at the banishes, we can see one Treat, one Frost, probably only playing one of each. Actually, because they're playing Desires, maybe they play multiple Frost. Feel like it's still just play 1 and 1 though. And then they're gonna get Snake effect to summon itself out in attack position. And then normal summon effect, chain Fogblade on that. And then they're gonna get rid of that for Link Disciple. And then activate Talons to take, and then they're gonna chain Redoer, take the Dragoon. And then activate the Dragoon effect, go ahead and pop both of those. And then battle phase, attack. And then go ahead and attack with the Dragoon. And then they're going to activate Fogblade effect. And they can't use the negate because this isn't a hard once per turn. This is just like a soft once per turn. If this card said like you can only activate Dragoon effect once per turn, then they would be able to use this Dragoon, even though like the same Dragoon was used earlier. But they can't go ahead and like negate that and then just like swing for game with this here. So moving on to main phase 2, Link Disciple, Tribute, draw, and then put back the Driver, set Cross out, and then the Redoer will come back there. And that's really all they have right now. They don't have any other like setup. No other follow-up. Pass, draw Torn Scales. Okay, now let's see this hit a spell. Go ahead, redoer. Oh, that's nasty. That's a free draw for the Torn Scales. They draw into Torn Scales, and then normal, effect, discard, and then that's going to go ahead and dump the Ancient Cloak, and then Ancient Cloak, they went from having, like, no engine, no follow-up besides redoer, into just having, like, their full engine. Go ahead, Cloak, grab Boots, Special Summon Boots, and then overlay those for Break Sword, and then Battle Phase, redoer attack, and then attack with Break Sword. The cross shot's not really going to do anything. This card it's a very awkward card in some scenarios. Like, this card probably just won't do anything for the rest of the match. And then go for Downer, go for Zeus, and then pass play. Draws Talons. You're going to get redoer effect. Ooh, they said think during the draw phase. So standby phase, they're going to get Frost. Okay, so they are playing multiple Frost. And then activate secret password. That's going to go grab the Sunny Snitch. And then activate that. They're going to chain Zeus effect here to wipe. So go ahead and then chain redoer effect to tag itself out. Activate Talents to take. And then they are just going to let this go through. Okay. They could have also chained Zeus there. So that way, like, if they summon their own Zeus, then it won't have Ascend. But now their Zeus will have Ascend. Maybe they don't know that this deck plays Zeus. They're going to go ahead and attack. Then main phase 2, go for Zeus. And then just pass turn. Redoer comes back. Draw Knight. Redoer effect to attach. And then that's going to attach Driver. Activate Boots. Banish. Go grab Fogblade. Torn Scales effect. Summon itself out. Then they're saying okay here. They go ahead and, like, Zeus wipe. And then they're just gonna, like, redoer tag out, set Fogblade. And then, like, this will be pretty good. The Fogblade will go ahead and be able to, like, yeah, I'd be able to, like, stop Zeus from attacking. To, like, try to go for game with it. Or, like, trying to, like, attack over this. You can just go ahead and, like, Fogblade. So they're going to Torn Scales, discard Fogblade, go dump the sword, so dumping double Reborn there. Yeah, that's tough. Normal summon Knight, overlay for the Sea Dragon. I think you kind of just have to let that go, right? Okay, so they're going to redoer tag out. Yeah, because, like, now they're going to go ahead and, like, Sword and Fogblade. That'll summon out Rusty. Then go ahead and, like, Sword, summon out Break Sword, Rusty effect to pop Zeus, and then that's 41. So that'll be game right there. Go ahead and summon out Rusty, summon out Break Sword, Rusty pop. So yeah, maybe a little bit of a misplay. Probably going on to the next game, we are going to see the live twin deck go first. Opening hands, we have Desires, Kelsey, Talons, Sunny Snitch, and Called By. Yo, well, this is crazy. Okay, so they have the combo. They have, like, the starter, extender, Called By to hit a hand trap, and then Talons to punish after hand trap, and Desires to draw. Then they have Seer, Fogblade, Jackalope, Ash, and E-Telly. So they have the Ash is going second card, which is actually going to hurt them a lot. A lot. So starting out the turn, normal summon effect, chain Ash, chain Called By, go ahead, smack that, summon out from the deck. And then they're going to activate Talons. That's going to look at the hand. They're going to hit the Jackalope. And then activate Sunny Snitch. Go ahead and grab and then summon out the Frost. Turn one into Link Disciple, and then turn one into Link Devotee. Mandatory effect, and then go ahead and activate Disciple. Tribute, draw Ash. Maybe they should have Desires before doing that. Yeah, definitely should have Desires before doing that. That's another little misplay there. Then they're going to get Devotee effect. Summon out tokens, and then turn those into an IP. Activate Desires now. Yeah, they definitely just forgot to do it earlier. Banish, draw Cross Out, and Secret Passwords. So we see, like, Order, Judgment. These going first cards that they sided in. Didn't really banish a lot of engine. Parallel's cool, that lets you summon out the Babushka. It's really the only thing you can summon a lot of the times because these lock you in the Fiends. Then effect, summon out. Well, it's like, you could go for something else. I don't know, the extra X space, especially with this stuff, I feel is like kind of tight. Well, I guess like this stuff is probably just like the same spots that like Link 4 is taking up. Yeah. Also, like they're gonna be playing like the Zeus package in the deck, of course. And then go ahead and get rid of those. Summon that out. Effect, special out, affect the draw, and then that draws into a Veiler. Said sec. I don't know what the cards, or I don't know the cards. Sorry. Yeah, that's fair enough. Go ahead and turn those into that. So now they're gonna have the pop set up on the opponent's turn. IP Veiler, and then pass, draw Chalice. They just submit defeat. So going on into game 3 now. Opening hands, we're going to see Phantom Knight going first. We see Talents, Sunny Snitch, Ash, Secret Password, and Imperm. So if you go in second cards, starter, well, I guess it depends like what targets they play for Secret Password on what they can do, because they could like live twin home. Otherwise, this isn't really like a starter and extender. And then they have Sword, Torn Scales, Tech and Tomborg, Terratop, and Droplet. Oh, it kind of sucks that they draw both, but at the same time, that's just like 2 level 3 extenders, so it's not like too bad. And then they're going to special, just a little unfortunate. Turn those into Cherubini, and then Cherubini effect, dump graph effect. So go ahead and summon out Seer, and then slap those in the Rusty. Seer effect, summon out the Cherubini. Then activate Rusty. They're going to imperm that. So imperming that does a few different things. So instead of ashing it, that makes it so that way you can't get hit with Talents right now. Also, imperm on Rusty negates all of its effects, so it can't go ahead and like pop the Break Sword later on. And then something that could make this a little bit bad at the same time is that you know they're playing Anaconda, so maybe you ash this, and then you imperm the Anaconda later on. And then go ahead and normal summon out Torn Scales, effect, discard, Chain Ash Blossom. Just trying to, cut off the engine there. Go for Anaconda. Anaconda effect. Pay 2k, go dump. I mean, it's not going to like cut off the engine completely or anything. Like, they do have the Sword plus Rusty. So Rusty will go, Sword, bring out Rusty, effect, get back to your engine. Or this just stays on field and gets back to your engine. And then pass, draw Ash. So go main phase, activate, and then go search out the Lily. And then normal summon, effect, special summon from deck. They're going to let that go through. Then overlay, go for Sky, battle phase, attacking the Anaconda. And then just go downward Zeus, and this will out the entire field. So go ahead, effect. And they're definitely going to have to just change your goon here, getting rid of the Droplet. Pretty much like trading Droplet with a Zeus effect. It's like otherwise it's just going to like out everything and then stay on field. So go ahead. And that gets destroyed. Activate Talents to draw. Draws into Desires. Okay, a draw 2 into a draw 2. That's what we like to see. And then activate that. Draws in the Crossout and Harpies. Yeah, that actually wasn't that great. Like, the Talents draw into Desires ended up just being like 2 Crossout and Harpies. When the opponent doesn't have any background, Crossout's just going to be kind of trash from here on out. They probably just had nothing better to side in, otherwise they would take this card out. Looking at the banishes, we can see a Frost, a Lily, Parallel. Then they're going to go ahead and set. End phase, Sword. Go ahead, summon out Rusty. Torn Scales effect, summon itself out. Pass, draw Ragged Gloves. Yeah, they have a lot here. Go ahead and Rusty effect, Chain Ash Blossom. I can't wait until like this deck just gets like a lot better with like the Enforcer and the Brave token stuff. I think that'll be like really good for the deck. They're going to discard and then go dump the Ancient Cloak. Ancient Cloak effect, banish, go search out boots. And then special out boots, overlay those, go for Breaksword. And then they're going to activate the Rusty effect, go ahead and target the set. They're just going to let that go. They could have activated that just to like deck thin a little bit. Like if you have a card you know you don't want to draw, go ahead and activate that. Like they could activate it and call like the third Gamma. But I guess that would kind of reveal that like they don't have like a live Gamma in hand. You could go ahead and hit something else though. Like the third cross out. And they're going to go ahead and attack here. Main phase 2, go for DeanOOR, and then go for Zeus. Okay, so chooses to play this like a little bit slower. And then activate Ragged Gloves, banish, dump boots, boots effect to go search. That's going to grab the Fog Blade, and then set Pastoral Sunny Snitch. So, yeah, I mean, this is like pretty good here. You know, you have a Monster Negate, Zeus wipes. You're going to have pretty good follow-ups through the Phantom Knights. And then activate the Sunny Snitch. Go grab the Kelsey. And then summon out, effect, chain Fog Blade there. And they're just going to go ahead and emit defeat. Like, they could have Harpies hit this. Yeah, like, go ahead, Harpies, hit Fog Blade. But I guess, like, either way, like, you're just losing. Like, you're not really doing too much through, like, double Zeus. It's cool to see this deck, though. Like, before getting the Link 4, I don't think it's, like, yeah, it's definitely not, like, a super great deck or anything. Like, Phantom Knights is definitely a better deck, for sure. Their engine is, like, much stronger, and you saw that throughout the match. But seeing how long the match was, it was a 40-minute long match, so a little bit longer than normal. I don't think this deck's going to do too much when it comes out. I honestly get asked that question a lot. Like, how do I feel about this deck post-Boat, I think, is when it gets its Link 4. Honestly, I'm not too sure when it gets its Link 4. I think it's in the set before, right? But, yeah, I don't know. Like, the Link 4, it's definitely really, really, really good for the deck, but the deck itself is just, like, not that great. And with all that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.